Welcome to another episode of Tales of the Beautiful Game. Please, while we're just starting, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and that alarm bell so that we are notified whenever we are online. On those that want to follow us on Twitter for those tidbits of information, you can join us on our handle Daily Footy Tales. On Facebook, you can also find some fascinating stories about football, and on our page Tales of the Beautiful Game. Today, we're going to do a review of the Premier Soccer League, the English Premier League 2022-2023 season. With me here, I've got our analyst, Mr. Gibson Ndeti. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, personal.
The PSL, the English Premier Soccer League, has started. It's 8 games now. Is it 8 now? 6 games. Oh, I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
It's 6 games now. What's your take? What's happening?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. We are supposed to be entering week 7 this weekend, but unfortunately, last weekend, the British Queen passed on and the games were postponed. So,
but the Queen is the Queen a soccer player?
No,
would the games be postponed?
You know how the English are. It's their thing, it's their queen. But if it was up to me, the passing on of the Queen shouldn't interfere with the games. The games, the EPL games were sold about 4 years ago for a stupendous amount, I can say. So they shouldn't. The viewers, the people who paid that money, in effect, the viewers of the game shouldn't be shortchanged. Yes, it's a sad occasion for the British, the passing of their Queen. And I hear the Queen is the head of state in many countries in the world, but I think, in my opinion, it shouldn't interfere with the beautiful game.
Because I've never seen it to a stadium. Has he even been there?
Only the Prince has been there in FA Cup games. I think he's the one who hands over the FA Cup.
So now if he's the one, whenever he passes on, then it means that we're going to have the whole month without football.
No, I don't know about that. Yeah, but you know how the English are. So,
I'm just speculating here.
It's something that we as football fans, we when it's we have not even moved a long distance into the new season. We've been starving for soccer in the off season, so then we are now enjoying the ride, and then even the international breaks, I don't like them.
Oh, okay. But at least international breaks, there is soccer.
There is soccer, yes.
But the thing is, the fixture pile-ups, we've got the World Cup coming in between the year, and this now you've got another fixture that, because some teams will have 2 games not being played.
Yeah.
So now players, I think they were not considered.
Apparently, Arsenal has accrued a pile-up of fixtures for October. They have a whooping 9 games in October alone.
That's not good for players.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry, Britons, your Queen passed on. But now let's discuss football. Premier Soccer League. There are new guys that have come into the Premier Soccer League. There are some old guys that have left the Premier Soccer League. There are some teams that seems to be on the rise. There are some teams that seems to be they are going downwards. I would like us to start with the champions of last season, Manchester City. Personally, I haven't been impressed. What's your take?
Look, Manchester City would have been unimpressive had it not been for that carrot-colored
that blonde head.
Yes, that blonde guy. I think they would have been they would have found going tough now. They would be facing a situation similar to that of Liverpool.
Okay.
But fortunately for them, they have Haaland.
Let's talk Haaland and City. Let's not. Haaland seemed to have changed the way City play. They're now looking for the earliest ball towards him.
Look, when Haaland came to the English Premier League, I said, I don't know why Pep bought Haaland, because Haaland plays like Jesus. The reason why Jesus, they call him Jesus, but we call him Jesus. Yeah. Jesus, the reason why he left Manchester City. City last season and the previous seasons, Pep at City hasn't played with a typical old-fashioned number 9. Look, City is a high-scoring team.
Yeah.
Last season, maybe they scored close to 100 goals. But did you know that amongst the top scorers of Manchester City last season, no one reached 20 goals?
Oh, yeah, their highest was Mahrez with 17, I think.
Yeah, probably in all competitions.
Ooh.
No one reached 20 goals at City last
So
season.
what do they do? They are top
What
scorers.
they share the goals. Most of the midfielders, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Sterling is their winger. He has left, but he's a winger. Mahrez, they've scored around between 10 and 15 goals.
All of them.
Yeah,
They're all
about six players. So they don't have Pep didn't have a focal point in attacking. His attack was dynamic. Everyone from midfield will interchange. They're all a responsibility of scoring. So now, I thought that was problematic for Jesus because Jesus
Sometimes
is a
you
typical
find him on the wing.
he's a typical number 9. So that made it difficult for him to be a regular feature in the team because the number 9 position
doesn't exist
it
there.
didn't exist. Now it exists. It didn't exist at Manchester City. So I thought because of that, there's no reason to buy a player, a typical number 9 like Haaland. Oh boy, was I wrong.
Now the guy is coming
Pep
in.
is a genius. He has managed to fit. He has managed to fit. He saw the potential, and he saw how he was going to use him. And
Do you know what that guy said after winning the Dortmund game? He says, my dream is to have 5 touches the whole 90 minutes and score 5 goals. I'm like,
and that's what he does.
what? 5 touches, 5 goals. That's what you want. That's what you aspire to.
Even if it's a 10-meter high ball that passes near Haaland in the 18-yard box,
He's going to jump for
count that ball as a threat.
Okay. All right. Manchester City, we done. Liverpool, they are number 2 last season. What do you think? Why are they so wobbly?
Liverpool are struggling. Their fans will skin you alive if you tell them the truth that they are missing money. They are refusing to acknowledge. They say they've moved on.
I think the money topic on this platform has been talked about and talked about.
Look, Liverpool misses money. That is a fact.
But their problem seems to be the midfield, though.
No, it could be the midfield. It could be the midfield. But I like to say there is a player that influences the game from a position that many people will think is not influential.
Yeah, but
Mane is that kind of player that will deliver the goods when the chips are down.
Yeah, it's also true. It helps the midfield.
Yeah, you know, Liverpool, when they started their good run, that culminated in them
Starting to
breaking
collect trophies.
winning records. When their fine run was brought to an end by the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
Look, at the start of that, at the start of them entering into that run, they were struggling. But there was a player like Mane who will always rescue things for them when chips are down, when the game. Each team, a strong team needs a player like that.
Okay.
A player who, when the team plays badly, he will come and deliver. And just deliver. You won't even be playing better than the team, but
just do something.
You'll bring that moment of magic that is needed to change.
All right.
games.
So Liverpool, I also think their recruitment. They brought in Adamelo, and now I've been reading today that the coach is thinking, let's terminate his contract in January. The guy is not at our level. I'm asking myself, how did you sign this player if he's not at the level?
Look, coaches sometimes will surprise you. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. They will surprise you. They will tell you that you will see a player and then they don't see a player.
Okay.
And a player. I don't know what happens behind the scenes.
Okay.
Yeah, we as the viewers of the beautiful game have our own opinion. We have our way of viewing things, different from the coaches.
Okay, so do you think Liverpool will challenge for the Premier League this season? Or the Champions League? They are dreaming of the Champions League.
Look, Liverpool is Liverpool, so you cannot count them out. Any key moment can change their fortunes, and they can become Liverpool again. They have the potential. They have the players.
All right. So talking of the Champions League, Thomas Tuchel, a guy that won Champions League for Chelsea, he has just recently been fired.
Look,
Was that fair?
talking about Thomas Tuchel, that is not fair at all. I rate Thomas Tuchel as one of the best young coaches in
Is it
Europe.
because he beat Pep Guardiola on the Champions League, or it's
Not really, not because of that. His track record,
It speaks volumes.
it's good. It's good. Thomas Tuchel is a brilliant coach. The problem there at Chelsea, when he got there, Lampard had assembled a team. You see the problem with young coaches, they want their own teams. There is this habit of a core of players, especially at Chelsea. Chelsea has a history of that, of key players teaming up against the coach to have the coach maybe fired. I think we have heard stories of
I've heard of
Aboukir Cahill and stuff
heard that so many times.
sabotaging the coach.
Chelsea even
So-
hinted to that at some point.
yeah, so the young coaches have that problem. Like, look, I'll give you an example of Arteta. He had a problem with Ozil because they played together at Arsenal, and now Arteta was the manager at Arsenal. You see, so they had a problem.
Okay.
So
So you think Chelsea dressing room probably got Tuchel fired because their last 6 months were bad, eh?
yes, they've been very bad. Look, Thomas Tuchel didn't change anything. He came to a team that was performing badly and
And
changed
wanted something.
and drove them to the final of the FA Cup and won the Champions League with that same team.
But he's also been losing too many finals. Doesn't that like create doubt? Because we go to this final, you lose, especially against Liverpool. They've lost 2, I think, finals.
Yeah, actually, apparently they lost 5. They played in 5 finals and won 1.
So doesn't that create like a doubt with your investors that this guy cannot give us the trophies? He can take us almost there, but
Look, Klopp before becoming a serial winner with Liverpool,
He was
had
a
lost.
serial
He
loser.
was a serial finalist and loser. So when you lose
You
and
learn.
lose and lose, you learn.
all right.
It doesn't make you bad. Reaching the final
Is an achievement, yeah.
is an achievement. It's a pity that people always count the
winner only.
the gold medal. They don't count the bronze, the silver. Yeah. Someone once said a team that loses the final of the World Cup leaves the World Cup venue more frustrated than the team that finished third. Why?
That's true.
The team that finished third won, got a medal after winning. The team that lost the final got a medal after losing. So, yeah.
All right, so tell me something. Talking of this firing of coaches and hiring of coaches, do you think this guy that they signed will take them somewhere?
Look, Potter,
Graham.
Potter.
He was
hey,
my favorite coach, one of my favorite
you know,
coaches.
there are some coaches are for certain teams.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, there are big teams. The big teams. Look, I'll give you a not so long ago example. There's Nuno Espirito Sanchez. You know him,
Yeah, Santos.
the coach for
Wolves.
who used to coach Wolves.
Yeah.
After Wolves, where did he go?
Tottenham Hotspur.
What did he do at Tottenham?
Yeah, there was chaos there. He lost.
Yeah. Tell me what was he not doing at Wolves?
Spurs are serious.
No, Spurs didn't have players. Look, Conte came in and they bought players like crazy. They didn't have at that time.
No, a team that is that is always in the top 6 cannot be said not to have players.
I can say the same for Manchester United. They don't have players right now.
Spurs are serial losers.
Manchester, the Manchester United, they have players. The problem with Manchester United, you can't say a team doesn't have players when they are the biggest spenders.
If you don't have, you spend the wrong. On useless
Why do
players.
you spend on useless players?
Well, that's part of what.
Why you spend the
That's not having
management?
players.
Yeah, no, it's saving players because you spend on those players. Okay, Manchester United has players, Arsenal has players,
So Spurs when Nuno
Spurs
came.
has players,
Spurs now
Chelsea
has
has
players.
players, Manchester City has players. Who else?
No,
Liverpool has
but
players.
you know when you say they don't have players, we mean they don't have players that are suitable for what the coach wants to do.
So-
Not that there are no players at all, because there are at least 32
Yeah,
players.
that's the problem when you bring
So
a
when
young
that guy
coach.
when that guy went to Spurs, I don't think there were players that suit his style because he wanted to bring Adama and they didn't agree with the Adama thing. But anyway, that's last season. Let's talk Graham. now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Graham will find it the going tough at Chelsea.
You think
because
that
Chelsea's a
1-1
big
draw
yard.
is symptomatic to something?
Yes. How does Chelsea in the Champions League? Were they at home?
They were at home.
Yeah. How does Chelsea in the Champions League? We know teams. Even if you are a gambling person, you know teams. Chelsea doesn't lose in the Champions League.
They drew.
Now they draw. They actually they win. You know that Chelsea playing at home in the Champions League, they are going to win this game.
Okay,
but Salzburg and Chelsea rating them, it's a straight win for Chelsea. But look, they struggled against Salzburg. It's not that Salzburg got a lucky draw. Yes, sometimes it will happen that you will draw to a Salzburg being a Chelsea. But look, Salzburg didn't struggle. They deserved that draw.
Top 4 finish for Chelsea?
To me, it's going to be difficult.
No.
No.
all right. Let's move on. The firing of coaches. Bournemouth strangely fired their coach. Most people were furious. They thought that was unfair.
Yeah, you can fire a coach for losing to Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. By big margins.
But indeed,
But
9-0.
who doesn't lose to those teams?
But 9-0. 9,
Look,
1, 2, 3, 4, 9.
Liverpool, when they score 5 goals, it's not because they played well. They played a performance
That's scintillating. That's like...
It's because Liverpool is good at one thing. When you make mistakes at the back, Liverpool will punish you.
All right.
Liverpool will punish you.
So they made 9 mistakes.
They made about 4 mistakes, maybe the 5 goals.
Was
They made
brilliant.
about 4 or 5 mistakes in their 9 goals.
And then the rest was brilliance.
The
Because
rest was Liverpool play overpowering them, yes.
Okay.
So, once 4 goals are past you, you lose your confidence.
But my question is this: what has Parker done? Why would anyone want to keep Parker after losing 9-0? Do you think he was building a side? Okay, fine, he brought them to the Premier League, but do you think he had mileage?
No, yes, Parker should have been compared with the teams from maybe 10 teams, maybe the biggest barometer being
Everton.
Crystal Palace,
Okay.
Everton, Forest maybe, Forest is there in their league, Fulham, yes, all those teams, even maybe the Wolves of this world, the West Hams, the Aston Villas. But look, the teams in the Big Six, look, even if you look at the budget of Spurs versus before even we talk about Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, the budget of those teams versus the budget or the value of their squads, you will see that it's very, very unfair. Had it been that Parker was in this position, having maybe played one of the top 6 and 3 of
bottom
the bottom
his
6
colleagues.
teams, yes. I would have said, it's fair. But according to me, at this point in time,
No.
Parker was fired harshly.
All right. Talking of budgets, Conte got the money that he wanted. He brought the players that he wanted. You're thinking Conte possible champions?
Champions?
Yeah. Seeing what he has done
Yes.
so far. They've done. You look shocked, but they've done well so far. Look where they are.
Tottenham will always, as long as they are better than Arsenal, they think they are okay.
But Conte is a winner.
Yeah, he's a winner, but Spurs, the problem is
You think
the
he picked the
mentality
wrong
at Spurs. There's never been a winning mentality. You see, Tottenham has been counted amongst the top 6 in the last maybe say 10 years.
Yeah.
And those last 10 years, everyone in the top 6 has something to show.
They
What has
They've
Spurs
been to
have
the
show?
finals. A few
The final we're talking about it,
Champions
like,
League
not winning.
and Carabao with Mourinho. I think Carabao, ne?
Did they lift any of
No,
those?
no,
They should have at least one.
But we were talking about losing his learning when it came to Tuchel.
Yeah,
Now,
but
why
you
is the
see,
story changing?
No, it's not
Same
changing.
coach. Losing with the same coach.
Yeah, it's not. The story is not changing. I'm saying as a team,
Uh,
Chelsea were talking about loss, but they've won. They won the Champions League.
so
In
they've
those-
got something. at
They've got
least.
something.
All right. Talking of budgets again, Newcastle. What did you see there? They seem to have got new owners. They've got money to spend. They've bought this player, the striker Isak. I think it was 80 million, which is quite strange from Newcastle considering the previous history. But now, considering the new owners, they've got money to spend. Do you see them building something to threaten us like City did 2012, is it 27, 6, 7?
Yeah, the problem with the money, they have too much money. But they face this problem. They have to first build, you see. To attract players, to attract big name players, you have to be playing in Europe. So they have to build. They have to start from building. For them to buy the Mbappes,
the Messis,
the Neymars. That is why Ronaldo wanted to leave Manchester United. He said he wanted to be competing in the Champions League. You miss out on signing certain players because you are not in the Champions League. Newcastle, no matter how big you are not going to have an opportunity to shine like you will get at the top 6 teams.
Okay.
So now Newcastle need to build.
But they've brought well though. Bruno, I think
Yes.
is a good player. And Isak, I think is a good player.
If they find themselves in Europe by the end of the season, the following season they might
Do you see them finding themselves in?
No, this season I don't see them getting there. I see them
Not even Champions Conference. What's that conference cup?
I don't see them there. I see them maybe finishing in the top 10, in the middle of the log. What I see is them not struggling with the relegation.
Okay.
I see them being very safe from relegation.
So you think this is like top 10 and then next season they can fight for you?
Yeah, next season maybe they might move a notch up and maybe knock in the Conference League or the Europa League.
But I would say this, maybe it depends if they can bring 2 players in the quality of Isak and Bruno Gourmares in January, they can get to the conference position.
Yes, they can, but the problem is they have to spend more than big because the only thing they will be like PSG. The only thing that attracts players to PSG is money, nothing else. So they have to have that thing of attracting players with only money and nothing else.
Okay, all right. Talking of Newcastle spendings, Manchester United seem resurgent. They have spent quite big this transfer window. What do you see of them coming to
Look,
this season?
maybe it's because it's Manchester United, but I don't see Manchester United holding on. Apparently, they have a good coach. They have a very good coach in Erik ten Hag. Yeah, I saw that in the game where they beat Arsenal. He was playing. He was playing to the team's strength, but he realized that playing to his team's strength is not going to win him the game because Arsenal is stronger in that what he thinks he is strong in. So he switched tactics. Before Arteta realized what was going on, it was too late to come back. Because the thing that he did in that game, he realized that if you attack the Arsenal defense with them, with their backs to their goal, you are not going to penetrate them.
So sit back.
So he said he told his players, force these guys to look at their own goal. Okay. Once you do that, they are not going to catch you.
Yeah, that's true, because he has pace.
Yeah.
Rashford.
He said, use your pace, make these guys chase you. They are not going to catch you. And the Manchester United players made that move 4 times. 2 of those times it resulted in goals.
All right, so they've got a good coach. What do you see? Conference, Europa, or Champions League for them?
Manchester United will knock in the Champions League spots, but I think Europa for them.
Europa for them. All right, is there any team that's of interest to you?
Forest,
Oh, Nottingham Forest.
22 players.
They bought 22 players.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
No, if I call an average analyst, football analyst, and ask him, name one of the players Nottingham Forest bought. They are not going to name them.
Apparently, they didn't even buy Ghana, who helped them.
So that they bought 22 players is on record. Yes, but it doesn't.
Who are the players?
Does it add value to the team? That is the thing. You see, if we say a team bought 22 players, maybe we know that there is a guy at Real Sociedad, Isak, who is who is their
Main man.
talisman. They bought, there's a guy at Valencia, they got him. There's a guy maybe even in the championship who has got maybe 30 goals, they got him.
The Penrama type.
But we know they got 22 players. We don't know who they are or what they did.
Viewers,
for their
this
teams.
analyst is mean. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have come to the end of our show. Thank you, Mr. Ndeti. Your
you're
opinion
welcome.
are very, very much welcome. Please do not forget to subscribe on the subscribe button and to click the alarm bell, and so that you are alarmed every time we come on the show. And also follow us on Twitter, Daily Footy Tales, and on Facebook. There are some tidbits on Facebook. I recommend that you follow it. And until we meet again next time, we say hola. Bye-bye.